shadows I reside, with that fire in my eyes, queen of discord where I stand, chaos in my every hand, goddess of the wild night, bringing dreams to shattered light. Valhalla's throne is where I reign, with a heart that knows no pain. Goddess of the wild night, bringing dreams to shattered light. Valhalla's throne is where I reign, with a heart that knows no pain. Arrows of courage and might, feel the passion, feel the pride. Crave the edges of my dance, take a leap, take a chance. Attitude lights up the sky, sassy sparks that never die. In my world you'll find the flame, burning bright without a name. Feel the thrill inside your soul, breaking chains to make you whole. Through the chaos find your way, in my kingdom you will stay. Arrows of courage and light, feel the passion, feel the pride. Crave the edges of my dance, take a leap, take a chance. Goddess of the wild night, bringing dreams to shattered light. Valhalla's throne is where I reign, with a heart that knows no pain. Arrows of courage and light, feel the passion, feel the pride. Crave the edges of my dance, take a leap, take a chance. In the city, neon lights, dancing under cyber skies. Foxes running through the night, glowing with electric eyes. Wicked rich from the east, schemes and plans never cease. Sly with wit, she moves so fast in the shadows of the past. Cyber fox run away, alien dreams night turns to day. Project story of the time, in this world of code sublime. Glitch in the system, clocks rewind, secrets hidden you can't find. Tech and dreams they intertwine, through the matrix undefined. Feel the thrill inside your soul, breaking chains to make you whole. Through the chaos find your way, in my kingdom you will stay. Cyber fox run away, alien dreams night turns to day. Project story of the time, in this world of code sublime. In the shadows I reside, with that fire in my eyes, queen of discord where I stand, chaos in my every hand.
Hello there.
We back.
We is a back. Where did you find this footage? Is it an outtake? The footage, Loki made it whenever he did the, he made the song for us. So, I have no idea where he, I'm assuming like Shutterstock and stuff.
Yeah, some of it is some of it is stock footage.
Oh, wait, are you talking about the, Hera, the Ragnarok Hera scene? If you're talking about the specifically like that Ragnarok Hera scene, those
That's a face
yeah.
swap, right?
No, that's actually so one of the original, I think it was one of the original trailers for Ragnarok before they decided that it was going to be like, I think before they decided it was going to change, like how do I put this? So before the Scandinavia thing had really come into play in Ragnarok, it was originally going to take place in a city, I think New York City specifically. Yeah, originally found Odin dumpster diving, which I appreciate that they found him just chilling in Scandinavia.
Yeah, that was definitely better.
I don't like. Would it have been funny to see Anthony Hopkins like dumpster diving? Yeah.
Not as
like,
Odin,
but like not as Odin. Yeah. I'm glad they did that. Hello, definitely someone who I definitely do not know this person. This is definitely not Matt G.
of course not.
This is definitely not Matt G. And hello, Rambam. And yes, we are back.
We back.
We're back, baby. Hells yeah. So, we're back. We had our break. Josh did Stoofs, And then we're now here. We did it.
I had school stoops.
He is now an educated fox.
Yay.
Oh, I should say he's an earth educated fox.
Well, yeah, of
I should be
course.
more specific, yeah.
Yeah,
Obviously he's educated. It's just, earth education's different.
it is. It is. Yeah, I signed up for it was a course online, work at your own pace, 20 lessons. And
Ooh.
and in October I had about 14 to go with 20 weeks left. So I'm like, I really need to get on this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the last 2 weekends we weren't here because I was doing homework.
It's all his fault.
It
Damn
was.
it.
Yeah.
All your fault. How
Yeah.
dare you?
And then it was also Christmas, so that was nice.
Christmas-tisms. Very excited.
Yes. Lots of ham, which I like. I like ham.
Ooh, ham is good.
Yeah.
I think our Christmas meal was burgers.
Okay.
America.
Yes.
So good. Yeah. All right. So we have some shorts. And yeah, I don't know what they are. And I'm very excited. I just know they're not copyrighted. And that's the most important thing.
Yes.
That's
And
the
it's been so long, I don't remember what I edited together.
It's so good. Now Josh gets to experience this with me. This is very exciting stuff. All right.
Yes.
Is everyone ready? I say that, and I expect nobody to be ready.
All right.
I'm assuming you got the link to the watch together.
Yeah.
I made sure this time that it was like the right one. I don't know what I sent to you last time. Oh no, that was weird.
Yeah, I'm here.
Good. All right. All right, guys. Let's do this thing.
All right. What did I put together?
What did you do?
Encyclopedia Britannica. Okay.
Yes. Is this too loud? How is our audio balancing doing?
I mean, like always, I do boost
know,
the audio of all the shorts, so they're all.
I know. I don't have a fancy setup where I can actually like properly monitor the audio levels.
Yeah.
So I.
Oh, Loki
Audio
says
sounds
it's good.
good. Okay, cool. All right, good. All right. I just didn't want it to be too loud. So. Office etiquette. Ooh. When was this made? Encyclopedia. Oh, God.
Yeah, learning office etiquette from encyclopedias, as you do.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's pretty normal. That's fairly normal. Okay. You hit the button, Josh. You have to hit the thing now.
I didn't hit the button.
I didn't hit it either.
What?
Did I hit the button and I didn't realize it?
I didn't
That's
pause
so
it.
funny. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Okay.
The young brown fox jumped over the lazy dog.
That was nonsense. Is this like when you give like your younger sibling the controller that's not plugged in, so they feel like they're a part of it? Is that what they've done to these women? Oh yes, honey, you're definitely hoping. It's fine.
You're definitely typing that memo.
Yes.
I remember that beginning typing class as if it were yesterday. I was
It's a
lucky enough to
class.
have Miss Purcell as my teacher. She taught us much more than typing. She was teaching us to get along in the business world, and typing was only a part of it.
Okay.
All right, class, stop typing, please. Before we go on with the next exercise, I'd like to make...
Why does her teacher desk have 2 chairs? And why are they different?
One for her, one for like a student that she's giving advice to, maybe?
I mean, surely the student would just come up and ask her. Why would they need to sit down?
Maybe she's showing them a different kind of lesson.
Yeah, so this is the
I don't know
chair
what that
sit
means.
in. This is the chair I put my feet up in. There's not a lot of room behind this desk, but I do
True.
make it work.
That's true.
Now, if you put multiple chairs together, you can make a bed.
Yes, you can. But is this a classroom? Where's the trans flags?
Actually, where is there anything on the walls? Like, what is this, prison? It's just gray walls. There's a single filing cabinet, and then it looks like there's like random assortments of books on this tiny little shelf.
Yeah.
Bizarre. I have many questions.
one of my little speeches.
Okay.
This is your first course in preparing for an office job.
Okay.
You're starting a new career. It can be fun, or it can be hard. It all depends on the way you look at things, your attitude.
No. Absolutely fucking not. You can have the best attitude ever, and the job still suck, asshole, because it has nothing to do with your attitude.
Right.
So, yeah. Take it from Josh and I, who are both working corporate jobs. No, your attitude, like 9 times out of 10, will not do anything to change what's happening at work. Because it's out of your control. So.
Right.
I'm just
For instance, you'll be working in an office.
Okay.
Well, don't forget the golden rule works there just as it does anywhere else.
Okay.
Treat others as you want to be treated.
Okay.
I mean, ideally, yes.
Ideally, yes. Is anyone going to teach this lesson to upper management?
Yeah.
That's the question.
Yeah.
Huh.
Here's how it applies to an office.
Mm-hmm.
First, of course, know your job. Enjoy it. But also enjoy the people that you're working with.
I mean, ideally, yes. But sometimes you just don't get along with someone, and that's okay. You just need to be professional.
Do you know how many times my boss has told us something new that's happening, some new protocol, and we go to ask questions, and she's like, no, I literally don't have any more information to give you. That's what they told me. They dropped that bomb on us, and then there was no follow-up or like description on any caveats, which immediately are going to start happening.
That's amazing.
It's like, oh no, this is the new policy, and we're moving on. Like that is how it's done at my job a lot of the times. And then my boss and the others at their level have the glorious job of then telling us, so this is happening and I have no other information. Oh, you all have questions. Guess what? I can answer none of them because I have the exact same questions and we didn't get any answers.
Nothing like great communication.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And then like last week, I'll give you a good example. Last week, there was a 48-hour period where things changed so much, my boss gave up giving up updates. Because they would
Wow.
tell us what they would tell us something, and then 30 minutes later, they would have to tell us something different.
Wow. Okay.
By the way, this all happened on a Thursday and a Friday. Yeah. Those are the 2 days that you want massive changes to start happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. So,
Be considerate of them, and be considerate of your employer.
no.
Remember those simple rules of office etiquette, and
Think
you'll
of the
get
money.
along in the business world.
Yeah, Ken, I'm glad that we've kind of started, at least like, the millennials and the Gen Zers and so on. Like, we've kind of started to hit this point of, hey guys, can we just all accept that, like, 9 times out of 10, we don't want to do the work, but we want the money that you are paying for this job to be done?
Mhm.
And we don't really need anything. We don't really need to talk past that. We don't need to pretend that, oh, we actually care about the work culture. Oh, we care about blah. It's like, okay, are you going to respect me as a human being and pay me? That's pretty
Mhm.
much my baseline, or at least have decent
Yeah.
enough benefits to outweigh.
Yeah.
So.
I remember hearing the story once of this woman was getting really stressed at her job, and she went to her boss and went, I appreciate this opportunity, but I need to know that I feel valued. And he responded with, "That's what the money I pay you is for."
Well, I would like to feel more valued. Could you pay me more?
But it's like that people need to keep that part in mind. Like, I'm here for the paycheck. Now, I will do my job to the best of my ability, but
Yes.
I'm not gonna break my I'm not gonna break my ass doing for the job.
Yeah. Yep. I agree with that. Especially when you feel like you're not being respected.
There's that, yeah.
It's something very simple. Just treat me like a person.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes people are incapable of doing that, apparently.
Yeah. When I was taking this class, this online class, there was an entire lesson on, if you're working in an office, you may have to deal with people you don't get along with. Here's how you can be a professional. And I was just sitting there going, you need to teach this to people? That's just kind of sad that you need to teach that.
Yeah. It's like, but what do? For the most part, you avoid them. Is pretty much how you deal with it a lot of the time. If you have to deal with them, you just you go into robot mode, okay? Or retail mode, one of those
Mhm.
two. Where and everybody has a retail mode, whether you've worked in retail or not.
Yep.
Generally speaking, your voice goes up a little bit higher. You sound way too fucking cheerful. And you have like this smile on your face with dead eyes for the most part. But you
Yes.
don't really you kind of charm them, so you turn on the charm too. You're just like, oh yeah, hi. I don't know. Hi,
welcome to
person.
Walmart. How can I help you?
Yeah, hello. Your voice goes up a little bit.
Yeah.
So.
Although you can get to the point where you're just completely dead inside, and I've encountered that too.
Yes.
I remember once I was at I was absolutely starving, so don't judge me, but I went to McDonald's and the guy that was taking my order through the drive-thru, he sounded just completely dead. Like he sounded like there was no soul left. Like, hello, welcome to McDonald's. How can I help you?
Oh man.
It was so flat.
Damn.
It was hard not to laugh at the mic.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd struggle too. All right, let's see what else I could be.
Now then, let's do skill building practice 8. Say margin. Begin typing when ready.
Oh, thank God we have backspace now.
Yeah. Holy cow.
I mean, it's one of those, I get why typing was like a class you had to learn back then, since you had to get it right the first time.
Yeah, I had to take a typing class.
Oh.
Well, it was like, it's one of those in high school where you have to take one or the other. And like, I really wasn't that fast at typing, so I just wanted to get better at it. So I essentially wanted to like force myself into becoming better. So I took that class.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just learned to type just through muscle memory. I never took a formal class on it.
Well, I would get frustrated. And it was just, yeah.
Were you like were you doing the, why isn't this in alphabetical order?
It was more like, my fingers and my brain and my eyeballs, like, why will they not come together as one and help me out here? So I had to learn it through muscle memory, but I found that the easiest way for me to do that was to take a class where I was forced to, because I really do like writing stuff down. That helps me learn stuff easier and remember things rather than typing it. So I just, for the most part, avoided typing a lot of the time and just wrote stuff down. And
hey, memes.
Hello. And so I kind of avoided it for the most part. And in order to get good at it, which I knew computers were not going away, so I was going to have to learn how to do it eventually, right?
Right.
So what's the best way to do it? Well, you do it in a way where you are forced to, because then your grade will drop if you don't. Like your GPA will and all that stuff. So I essentially forced myself into taking that.
Okay.
That's just me. Oh God, it's a resume.
It wasn't
None.
till I got my first job that I really.
Well, then you can't get your entry-level position. You need 3 years of experience, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Began to understand
that's
some
so
of the things
frustrating.
Mr.
Like,
Stella told us.
entry-level position needs 3 to 5 years of experience. Okay.
Oh, and you need like a college, you need like a college degree and 3 to 5 years of experience, and they want to hire people right out of college. It's like, exactly, what do you think?
Yeah.
And, oh, by the way, it's an entry-level position. I hate entry-level positions with experience needs.
Yeah. It's like, shouldn't entry-level position mean you can just go right into the job?
Yeah.
Shouldn't that, that's where you learn about the career? That's just me.
I read somewhere, I can't remember. I found a lot of these these creators that will talk about like really shitty jobs, job situations, and I read one of them, and there was I can't remember what it was for or even what country it was in, But they had to have experience for an internship that was unpaid.
What? The entire point of internship is you gain experience.
Yeah.
That's the entire purpose of it.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I mean,
I can't remember what it was for. I can't remember what it was going to, but that just stood out to me.
I mean, even back in the day, you had apprenticeships.
I think that sounds cooler than an internship, by the way.
It does. It does. But like you'd have the local blacksmith, and you would get a job as his apprentice, helping him so that you could learn the craft.
Yeah.
It's just how it worked.
Like, I don't know why people think that I need to, why I need to know how to do the job that you're offering 110% before I even get there, right?
Yeah.
Now, I would say that you need to fit the qualifications that they're asking for the most part, right? Like, if you're a programmer, you need to know how to use these kind of programming tools, right? Like,
Sure.
if you shouldn't be applying to a programming job if you have if you've never even attempted to do anything programming related. But yeah, I just
or if you're trying to get a job as the CEO of a Fortune 500 company, you should probably have some business experience.
Yeah. Personally, I think if you're going to be a manager of human beings, you need to have at least a minor in psychology.
Or at the very least,
or good references.
Or at the very least, experience in interacting with people.
Yeah. Like, I did see somewhere that a good idea for hiring managers externally, because if you're hiring internally, this is a lot easier, right? And I don't know when companies got away from doing that.
Hire from within, yeah.
Yeah, that was huge up until, it feels like 5 years ago. And then it stopped. I don't really know what happened. 5-10 years ago, it just kind of just stopped. But if you're gonna hire
did anything happen 5 years ago that affected jobs?
Definitely not.
Okay.
I read somewhere that a good idea for hiring managers externally is that if you're going externally to hire managers, then they need to provide references of people they have managed that you can talk to about their managerial style and see if it's a good fit. I love that as the reverse, because you're going to want to know how they manage people. Instead of listening to their boss talk about how they manage people, go straight to the people themselves. Oh, and I'd say a minor in psychology. At the baseline, if you do not understand human beings and how they function, right? If you don't have a base understanding of humanity and how people work and how to change your style with certain people to help them grow, because not your one managed style is not going to fit for everybody, especially if you have a team of 10, right? So if you can adapt to each one, that is super, super good. If you do not know how to deal with people, promoting that person to get them out of that managerial role you have further set them up for failure, right? They should just never be a manager, because in order, their manager, they graduate to being I don't know, whatever the next step is, because everybody has different names for that next step. They didn't gain any skills because they didn't have those skills going into that job. So they didn't gain those skills. So they're probably just going to manage the other people with their previous job.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just it might not be called a manager, but they're still managing people. So you need to make sure that first step into a managerial role is with someone that actually understands humans.
Yeah. I mean, I heard one. This one guy I know. He was at another job. One of those. The whole company is just not being run very well.
Inevitable
And
failure. Gotcha.
so when he came over here, he went. Yeah, I remember him telling me, it's like they taught me numbers, but not math. Here, I've learned math. In terms of what he needs to do in order to do the job appropriately.
Yeah, they gave him a pencil, didn't teach him how to use it.
Right.
It's like, oh, here's a bunch of tools, figure it out, but they gave you no reason. Or I would argue just as bad, the person that's supposed to teach you has no experience or any idea what they're talking about, but they're a trainer.
Yeah.
Literally, you could watch 5 YouTube videos and have more experience have more knowledge on what they're trying to teach you.
Yeah.
I have no idea why on earth why that would be set up that way.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, field related work shouldn't just be where your next step in your career is into management, because there are people out there. There's a lot of people out there. I would say 70-80% of the population has no desire to go into managerial work.
Correct.
So, again, especially my generation and the next ones, it's getting less and less appealing, because it's so you get not that much more pay, way more work, way more hours, way more stress, and you're getting shit from both sides. Why on earth would I want that job?
When I worked at Walmart, I was offered one of the department manager positions. And when I asked what that would entail, making, I'd be in charge of, ordering the supplies, all that stuff, making sure all the shelves are stocked, managing the other people, that are working that department, all this stuff that goes along with being a manager. And then when I went, okay, how much of a raise do I get? Oh, $1.
Oh, so no.
No, I am not taking on all that additional headache for just $1 an hour raise. Not worth it.
No. All right, let's go back to the video.
Let's go back to Janice or Joan with no experience.
Joan of Arc.
I think this application is filled out all right, Mr. Arnold.
Thank you.
He just has a desk for people to fill out paperwork.
So this was obviously the time when you had to go in to get a job application, which is just a wild thing for me to imagine.
Yeah, we're there. I mean, there are obviously no websites or anything, so yeah.
That is crazy.
For former students, a recommendation means a great deal here.
I enjoyed being in her classes.
You did very well on your test. Can you start Monday morning?
Monday morning? Oh, that would be wonderful, Mr. Arnold.
We're a small organization, Miss Spencer.
Okay.
We find that getting along with people is pretty important.
Okay.
Do you think you can do that?
Oh, yes.
I mean, I assume she'd be the receptionist or the secretary or something. So
I haven't. What job did I just apply for, by the way? Just out of curiosity.
I thought she was applying for secretary.
I have no idea. I didn't read it.
But I mean, either way, if she's because if she's doing the typing and everything, so she's probably a receptionist slash secretary. Then part of your job is greeting people and making sure people are getting where they need to be. That'd be part of the job. In which case, yeah, you kind of need to be personable.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be helpful, which makes sense that that's why why he's asking.
Yeah, I think she was applying to because I mean they were taking a typing course, so I assuming she's like a secretary.
Yeah.
Oh, hey Shay.
I think I can.
Hello.
Fine. We'll see you Monday. I believe your coat's in the outer office?
Yes,
Oh, I thought she was wearing her coat.
and thank you.
Oh.
I was a little worried about that first job. I guess everybody is. But Miss Purcell's advice kept running through my head.
First of all, know your work. Enjoy it. And also enjoy the people that you're working with. Be considerate of them. And be
I thought he
considerate of
said
your
this is a
employees.
small organization.
Remember those simple...
What is a small organization to you, buddy? I was thinking 10 people in like like an old timey downtown, kind of like in the town square, right? And you're in like the strip mall, all right? I thought it was like one of those offices. All right, I didn't know we apparently had an office. Like, how many people? This is like 50. There's like or 30 people here.
I thought that this does not qualify as small to my mind.
No.
This looks really busy.
Yeah.
rules of office etiquette, and you'll get along in the business world.
I planned to get there early that first day. I wore my good suit because it was plain and neat and seemed just right for an office.
Yeah.
I mean, you look like you're wearing everything what everybody else is wearing. I don't know.
Good morning. I'm Joan Spencer.
Oh, yes, Miss Spencer, we're expecting you. Miss
Okay.
Hamilton will be your supervisor, and she's on her way in now. Won't you
Cool.
have a seat?
Thank you.
How do you do, Miss Spencer?
Sup?
Ready to go to work?
I'm looking forward to it, Mr. Arnold.
No.
Good morning.
Good
Sup?
morning, Miss Hamilton. This is Miss Spencer. She's the stenographer and file clerk who's starting this morning.
You wear higher heels to make. I know what you're doing. You're already tall, so you're wearing higher heels to make yourself tower over. I know what you're doing because I did the same thing. I know exactly what you're doing, lady. All right. You gotta just. Oh, I'm training this new chick. Okay, we're gonna whip her to shape. We got this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a
Know your
stenographer
job.
and yeah.
It's mind your business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they said she's a stenographer and clerk. So is this a courthouse?
I have no idea. I generally have no idea what this job is.
Howdy, Nancy. I understand you're one of Miss Purcell's students.
Yes, I was graduated last semester.
I know her quite well.
Okay.
I'll show you where to leave your things, and then we can get to work.
All right.
Okie dokie.
Girls, this is Miss Spencer.
So,
Miss Hamilton and Mr. Arnold certainly set a good example of courtesy for us to follow.
That's
will
why
be
we're
your
doing it in voiceover and not actually showing it.
yeah.
This book contains some of our forms and procedures. Study it a while, and then we'll start you on your first assignment.
No, go over it with her.
Hold on a second. Am I hourly? Do I have a productivity quota? Like, is this coming? Wait, okay. I have lots of questions. How much am I getting paid? That wasn't discussed with me.
Benny!
Oh. All right, Benny,
Benny's
what's
here.
up?
That means the grandkids are probably watching, so we need to behave.
I have behaved. Hi. Raid, woman.
The girls took me to lunch.
Why
that
wouldn't she
first
go
day.
over the procedures with her?
Yeah, so I would assume this. So this is what I would have done. I would have done. Okay, your first day is going to be like a half day, right? That way, I like half the day. We're going to go over everything, right? Then I'll take you out to lunch, and then I'll set you on your own, and that gives me another half day. That gives me a half day to kind of catch up on stuff, right?
Yeah.
That's what I would have done. Now they might need less time. That's fine. The lunch thing is a good idea, but like I don't see, especially if you're working like in an office building, that's always pretty solid. So
Oh, Penny, we are watching a bunch of shorts that I found.
yes.
It looked like it wouldn't be hard to follow part of Miss Purcell's advice.
Okay.
The part about enjoying the people you're working with.
Yeah, okay, she's on my hit list. Okay.
Bowling league? I have been here for 3 hours and I'm joining the corporate bowling league. I don't even know y'all's name. I haven't even fully like imprinted y'all's names into my brain yet. All right. If you wish to bowl on Wednesday night, please indicate a yes or no next to your name. Well, first of all, hell yeah, I'd like to bowl. But I don't know. See, here's the thing, right? A lot of the problem with hanging out with colleagues after work is, do you know what you're going to talk about the entire time you're with them?
Work.
So do you know what you're doing? You're basically putting in, you're thinking about work instead of relaxing. And yeah, it might be therapeutic to like vent and stuff, but like in reality, you're just prolonging your separation between your work-life balance, right?
Yes.
So you're leaning more into work than you are into just no. If it's like a Wednesday and you want to do that, that's perfectly fine every Wednesday if that's something that you want to do. But just know that you might try this, you might try to not talk about, but you will talk about work. 100% guaranteed. It is inevitable. We all know it. Okay. You are going to talk about work.
Yep.
That's what's going to happen. Why? Because that's what bonds you two together. So, just saying.
The part about know your
Oh,
work
she just
was
puts
a
the
little
paper
hard.
back in. She doesn't let her
I
sign
did a
it.
lot on my own
Yep.
those first few weeks. There was many an evening at home getting acquainted with the company's work and learning some of it.
You're just writing cursive letters.
What
is
you
this
doing?
job? What is this job? So like 3 hours into your first day, you get invited to do bowling. I would have first of all, I would have been like, hey, so we have a bowling league here. You barely know us, and that's cool if you want to wait like a couple weeks. Like I wouldn't invite them on the first one unless they said, "Oh yeah, but it's fine if I go." But could I come to the first one? Right? Like I wouldn't pressure them into coming to the first one. They barely know us.
Ram Bam, that's what I was actually focusing more on.
What hours at home getting acquainted with your? Oh my God! I didn't even dawn on me. Oh my goodness! Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I'm so bothered by the bowling league. Hold on.
I mean, the bowling league's important. I get it.
It is. Hold on.
The part about know your work was a little harder. I did a lot on my own those first few weeks.
How many hours did you put off the clock into this? Now, we've all done that where we have worked off the clock. Okay.
Oh, sure. We've
all done it. All right. You want to minimize it as much as humanly possible.
Right. Sometimes it's inevitable.
Sometimes it is inevitable. It is okay. All right. You do not want to make it a regular thing. You do not want to put in like 10, 20 hours off the clock. Okay. Especially if you are hourly. If you're salary, that's different. Because it doesn't really technically matter. But if you want to work 40 hours, even if you're on salary, I have literally no issue with that. I have none. No problem with that.
I remember I was at a job when I was hourly, and I had this huge project. And my boss said, I don't care how long it takes, work some overtime if you have to. Okay.
Okay.
He knew it was going to be, I was going to do quite a bit of overtime that week. It ended up being 17 hours of overtime.
Ooh, get that money.
Suddenly, he wasn't happy about it.
Oh, so how much did he think was a lot? Was it 4? 4 hours of overtime was a lot? It's like, okay, how about this, buddy? You give me a reasonable time frame so that I can do this project while I'm doing other stuff. Or we share this project with other people and we have multiple people working on it. So we split the amount, right?
It was all on me.
Okay, well, that was a failing on him, and he can't get mad because he said, okay, as long as it takes to do it. And it's like, okie dokie. You can't get mad after that. You've given him the go ahead.
I mean, it went well. He praised me when the project was done, but then I put in my hours, and suddenly it's like, what's this? Like, it's the time I worked.
Did he say, are you sure?
I mean, he paid me. It's not like he stiffed me or anything, but he was questioning it.
Yeah, that's why I said, did he ask, like, are you sure? Or, like, any kind of, he tried to, like, convince you that you hadn't done it?
I mean, this was a long time ago now. I don't remember.
That's fair.
But I remember, like, being in his office and him, like, questioning me about it. I do remember that.
Oh, no. I just put out random numbers.
No, I wanted to work 17 hours of overtime.
Yeah, I wanted to work almost like 50% more this week than I should have. That's what I wanted to do. I just love this job so much.
Yeah,
I want to do this.
Especially that first day where I put in 18 hours on the clock. I loved that. I loved doing that.
Don't you love putting like 15 to 18 hours on the clock and then like grabbing a snack and going straight to bed?
Yep. It's great.
And then waking up like 6 hours later to do the job again. Yeah, I love it.
Anyway.
And then your job's like, I don't understand why people are having burnout. It's like, I don't know, buddy. Anyway, all right.
There was many an evening at home getting acquainted with the company's work and learning some of its
right there.
business
So, honey, that tells me you need to get you need to find another job. So, they didn't train you. They gave you a book to go over, and then I don't even know what you're doing at your job while you're figuring out how to do it for, like, apparently it sounds like 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. It is taking you to understand what your job is. So nobody taught you. You didn't get trained. There's nothing. I mean, you were given a book and now you're given, like, look at all this paper. Like, holy shit, look at all this paper.
Uh-huh.
Like, that's a lot. I have no idea what your job is, but your company's already failed you. Also, you applied for the job and they accepted you, and you didn't even ask how much money you were going to make.
Yeah.
So.
What a long time ago that was. It hardly seems possible now there was ever a time when I didn't know those terms.
Again, failure.
But I found that I still had a lot to learn.
Again.
Some of it I learned the hard way.
Failures. This job's pissing me off. I don't even know what you do yet.
Thank you, Miss Spencer.
If you are over a month into your job and you still have no idea really what you're doing, wow.
Yeah. Fake it till you make it.
Yes.
Well, Miss Spencer.
Yo, buddy.
Yes, Mr. Kane?
Down, boy.
This morning, I believe there was a mistake here.
Oh?
It doesn't seem to make sense. I can't remember just what word I used there, but I don't think I could have said this.
Okay. How about you write down exactly what you fucking said yourself? How about we do that, buddy? Instead of you are talking and I write that.
I mean, and I know dictation was a lot more common back then, but still.
Yeah. Also, dude, why didn't you read it as soon as I was done writing it?
Or is he playing? Or is he just using this as an excuse to get her into his office?
It could be that. It could be that he was like, so that's an embarrassing thing for me to have said. I did not say that. You know, retconning what happened. If you are gonna if you're gonna hire someone and they're going to you're going to just talk and they're gonna write, and then you don't read what they wrote and you just sign off on it.
Yeah.
You can't then get mad at what they wrote.
Hey, read that back to me. Like, just make sure we're clear.
Yeah, dictated but not read. The CEO of my company likes to do that, where he will he does it text to speech or whatever, speech to text.
Right.
He will just like start talking, and you can tell because it's like there will be one paragraph of text, and it's just like when there should have been like 20 paragraphs. There's one paragraph of text, and there's grammatical and spelling issues in there, and you can tell he just started talking and talking and talking and talking, and then didn't read over it, and then sent it to the entire company.
Nice.
He did that a lot in 2020.
Nice.
He doesn't do it as much anymore, but he did it a lot in 2020. And you would just get these like from the CEO, and then like it's just like an unbearable amount of text, just one paragraph, and it rambles. You can tell that he didn't edit it at all, because it'll start out on this one thing, and then he'll go to this other thing, and then he'll go back. It will be a different opinion than the one he started out with, and then just
are there like lunch orders in it? Because that'd be amazing.
No. I wish the ending was okay. You can stop now. Stop Siri, stop recording, or something like that. Like that would have been funny too. But it's very obvious he doesn't read any of them, and he just sends it to the entire company, and you're just like,
nice.
What is wrong with you? How dumb are you?
I would want every memo to end with Alexa, what's on my wish list? All right.
Alexa, did the yacht payment go through?
That'd be amazing.
All right.
Oh, yes, Mr. Kane, that's what you said. I have it right in my book.
Yep, that's what you said, buddy. I'm fucking sorry that's what you said. Why didn't you read it?
Well, suppose I give you this paragraph over again.
Well, suppose I actually read it. And I did, and I didn't like that. So maybe I should have actually read it before it went out. By the way, sweetheart, Joan, this is not your fault.
No.
You did your job, and you had backup copies.
I think he's hitting on her, though.
I actually have no idea where this is going. Because, like, I could totally see this in a way of him being a slime bucket.
Yeah.
Because maybe, like, his superior like expressed an opinion, and now that thing that he said, which he stood by, he doesn't want to stand by it anymore, because then it would,
yes.
Especially if he's like if this is a law firm, which I have no idea if this is a law firm, and he wants to make partner or something, like, yeah, that what his superiors think are very, very important to him.
Right.
This is why you just read them while they're writing it down. We can avoid all of this. I have no idea. He might be hitting on her. I'm going incompetency because that has been my experience. It's like
fair.
Always incompetency. I have never been harassed at work. I've been harassed, but like as in some moron in IT was wanting me to like go over this and go over something on my computer at like 3 a.m. on a Saturday. And I was just like, why are you working at 3 a.m. on Saturday?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. But it was totally work related. It was something that I had reached out to IT for. They were just addressing it at 3 a.m. on a Saturday.
Why?
And I don't know. That's why I had to get that resolved with my boss at the time. This was years ago, but like it was
Okay.
just it was bizarre. And
Why would you think that's okay to reach out at that time?
well, also it's like I turn my work phone when it dies on Friday, it dies, and it does
Right.
not get charged until Sunday night. Okay, like if I'm not working, I'm not working. You know what I mean? So I don't know why on earth he thought he could reach out to me on 3 a.m. But I've never been like harassed, like sexually harassed or anything at work. That's the closest thing to harassed that I have gotten. In reality, it was just like a weird encounter. I immediately assume it's incompetence. So,
Shay, he does kind of look like a Dick Tracy villain.
I was trying to figure out who he reminded me of, and I couldn't think of his name.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. What are we changing? Cool.
Vodka and soda.
In view
You
of
and
our
me.
current production schedule, we think it will be necessary to curtail our order, number 3256.
I had made a mistake, of course.
No, you hadn't.
It wasn't anything that Mr. Kane said, but I learned then to admit my mistakes gracefully instead.
Okay, you literally didn't make a mistake. You
showed
wrote
him-
down what he said. He
Yeah.
didn't read it, and then the memo went out, or he, or whatever.
Or
I don't
you,
even
you typed up the memo. Yeah.
or whatever. Like, it's his fault for not reading over it.
Yeah.
This is not your fault. Why are you blaming yourself for this? This is stupid. I don't like this.
Instead of arguing
Always,
about them or offering
always,
alibis.
always proofread.
Yeah.
So, I remember once, at my old job, we did a charity run. To help the homeless, right?
That's cool.
Yeah. And so we had shirts made, for people who went on this charity walk. Someone didn't read the actual thing that was sent to the printer, because I saw the receipt. It said, "Help the homeless."
I was hoping that it was going to say something like, instead of homeless, it was going to say homos. That would have been fantastic. Help the homos.
Help the homeless. So I guess that's people who've lost multiple homes, I guess? Or is it someone who doesn't have two homes?
That would be me.
Yeah.
That would be
I'm
almost everyone.
homeless.
I has no homes that I own.
So we got back a shirt order that had of like 200 of these help the homeless shirts. And we had to put in a rush order to get, to have it redone. And I grabbed one of those shirts because I thought that was funny.
I mean, that is great.
It's for a good cause, helping the homeless. Always proofread.
Always.
I learned to ask when I wasn't sure instead of making a wild guess. And I learned not to resent criticism or to brood over it.
That wasn't criticism. He made a
Since
mistake.
then, I've learned a lot of do's and don'ts about office etiquette by watching the others in the office.
Laura's
Always
Ingalls
a terrible
Wilder?
Napkin. Napkin. Woman.
I learned that Miss Purcell's short sentence, "Be considerate of your employer," could cover a whole multitude of things.
Napkin.
A napkin would have solved this
One of the most
problem.
important
Just wipe it on your
things
pants.
was doing
No one's
office
looking.
work during office hours.
No.
Everyone does something to this, okay?
Yeah.
I've eaten at my desk. I've like checked my phone. It's called
Yeah.
taking a break. Okay.
I found that writing personal letters didn't help to get the work done.
What are you
I
doing?
mean, it's one thing to take a little bit of a break, but then it's another thing when you go overboard with it.
Yeah, like I'm sorry. What are you doing, lady?
Yeah.
Writing a personal letter.
Yeah, it's like, okay, eating like a quick little thing at your desk. I don't have any issue with that. Writing a personal letter when you're on company time, that's a different story.
Yeah, like taking 5 minutes and reading like a newspaper section as like a reward for finishing this task. That is actually perfectly good as far as like managing your time.
Right.
Right. It encourages you
taking
to
a quick
do your
break.
work. Yeah, it encourages you to do like work faster, right? And then you reward yourself. That's great. I have no issue with that.
And then having a quick snack while you're while you're working, that's also fine. Just have a napkin available so that you don't, get crumbs or something all over the paperwork.
Yeah.
You don't want the you don't want a Cheeto fingerprint on the paper.
Yeah, this might come as a surprise, but generally that's frowned upon.
Usually, yeah. But a personal letter on company time, I don't know, that's pushing it for me.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. And now it's different for us because we can just like text or whatever or call. That's entirely different.
Yeah.
But like you've been writing for a while. This is
Yeah.
like probably 15 minutes of work.
It's not like, I'm at work and my wife sends me a text, "Hey, pick up some milk on your way home," and I just go, "Okay." That takes 5 seconds.
Yes.
But a whole personal letter, yeah, I don't know.
I know, right? Okay.
All right,
calm down.
easy, girl.
Okay, calm down.
Oh my
alright?
God, she's in heat.
Yeah, what the hell's happening here?
Down, girl.
I know, right?
And who do you think we ran into?
Oh, this is just typical receptionist behavior. Okay, that makes sense. If she's a receptionist, this is fine.
Yeah.
There's nobody standing in front of you. There's no calls waiting. This is fine. Standard receptionist.
Yeah. Or actually, our receptionist recently had a baby, so sometimes she brings the little girl in.
Nice.
The baby doesn't do that much work. I think it's unprofessional. It's like, hey, you're on company time there, kid.
Yeah. I mean, he
Yeah.
is getting his experience in early, right? Or she. Or
She. Did
she's
you
getting
just
her-
misgender her?
Oh my God. I thought you said he. That's why my brain went into that.
Maybe I'm fighting off a cold.
How dare you? Come to your unpaid job sick. There.
Joe, I learned that personal telephone calls interfered with business.
Oh, I was
As long
so
as the
mad
other
for
calls aren't
Dr.
coming
Fez.
in,
Yeah, who cares?
You wouldn't think she was that kind, would you?
as
that
long as she's not loud enough that she's disturbing other
I
people.
learned that it's only fair to
Yeah.
plan your personal life so that you're always able to put in a full day's work.
Hold on.
No.
Hold on. I gotta hear that again. Hold on a second. Hold on. Yeah.
I learned that it's only fair to plan your personal life so that you're always able to put in a full day's work.
No. It's just a job. I know. It pays your bills. I know. You
Yeah.
would be in a bad place without it. However, it is a job. Are you involved in the emergency services? No. Therefore, very, very rarely would I consider anything an emergency. All right. So why do I have to plan my personal life around my job when I should just be able to balance them?
Shay actually brings up a good point. Back then, they did rely on switchboards, so she is affecting company time.
Oh,
That's a line
I
that can't
forgot.
get through.
You're right. That's fair. Okay.
This is before cell phones. That's a fair point.
Okay. Yep. I was applying modern day standards in. Okay.
How dare you?
Now, a personal call, if it's like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, no problem with that. Okay.
Yeah. If it's like an hour.
Yeah, if we're talking about like an hour, we have a problem here. Okay.
Yeah.
But a quick text, a quick call, no problems here. As long as you get your work done, I don't really care. Right? A lot of this is as long as you get the work done that's asked for you that day,
Yeah.
you can pretty much do whatever you want as long as that other thing gets done.
Correct.
Yeah. So that's kind of where I am on that.
I've been there.
And that means working right up to the end of the day. And I learned that a date after work is no reason to break the rule about simple dress in the office.
First of all,
Oh,
what is she wearing that is not work appropriate? Oh, it's the neckline.
later, Penny.
Oh, bye, Penny. Leaving TV on for cats. Oh my goodness, do we have cat? We have a cat audience now? Excellent.
I approve.
I approve too. Also, by the way, Joan, shut up. You're just jealous she got a date. Let's be real with each other. Shut up. Who cares? That's fine. She's not wearing a deep V-neck. She's not wearing a miniskirt.
No.
It's not like she's going clubbing or something. Like, this is fine. Is the scoop almost too low? Yes, but it's almost too low. It's not too low. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't see anything inappropriate with this dress.
Yeah. And what? So she only has time. So apparently this job is like runs right up into date time, which I thought usual date time is somewhere around 7 or 8 if you're doing dinner.
Usually, yeah.
If you're making this chick work from 7 to 8, assuming they started at 9, wow. Yeah, no wonder she had to go to work dressed up for her date. Now, if this was just, happy hour after work, this is a bit much, I would say. But, Jen, shut up. This is not your business.
I learned, too, the importance of consideration for fellow workers. Thoughtlessness often makes for extra work in the office.
Paperweight.
How strong is that fan?
Yeah, first of all, how strong is that fan? Secondly,
From that
paperweights.
far away.
You're right next to a window.
Yeah.
You don't have paperweights? I'm just saying. Like, that's kind of weird. Also, why is there a fan up there if this is an issue?
That is an awkward place to have a fan.
It is weird.
And hard feelings. I learned to mind my own business by watching some who didn't.
You did it.
Mr. Arnold wants to know if the insurance list is ready.
It will be in a moment. Wait for it, won't you?
Hey, buddy. Fuck off.
Dude.
Fuck off. What are you doing? I'm sorry, you're my coworker.
This is my desk.
First of
What are you
all,
doing?
why is my boss telling you to tell me stuff? We're getting paid equally. Or maybe not, it's 1950s. Why do you think my shit?
The wage gap.
I actually think that might have been a thing in the 50s. I don't remember.
Probably.
So, like, but still, dude, you're not like. Dude, what are you doing? Go away. Go away. Go away. Go
You know
away.
you shouldn't do that, Jimmy.
Do what?
Do what? I literally just watched you read over my shit. Go
you
away.
out.
You did it right beside me. Do you think I'm stupid? You probably do. But do you really? And you're going to judge with that tie?
Very fair point.
But most of what I learned came from the people who really know their jobs.
Which should be everybody. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I learned the importance of neat.
Well,
and
Shay,
organization
that's
and
what
work.
happens when we get Trump back in office.
The lack of diversity in the short. Well, let me tell you about segregation. It was a really, really shitty thing that happened a while ago. All right.
Yeah.
And even though I kept getting more things to take care of, there were times when I could help others, and times when they would return the favor.
Oh man.
Oh my god, I just heard that. I just got like PTSD flashback. Oh, I got more responsibilities for the same amount of pay. And I'm just like, uh-huh.
Oh, I was mesmerized by the ancient sorter.
Oh, I was way more distracted by the fact that she was saying that she was getting more responsibilities without proper pay compensation.
Yeah, I was looking at the sorter, just going, man, we have machines that do that for you now.
Yeah, that just looks like a giant. So it would be fine, but there's that one or unorganized asshole that's gonna fuck all of it up.
Mm-hmm.
You know it. We all know it. Okay.
Yeah.
All these things became even more important when I became Mr. Arnold's secretary. His work included public relations as well as personnel, so I had plenty to do. I had more contact with people outside the company, and I learned the importance of consideration for them, too, and especially courtesy on the telephone. Good morning, Mr. Arnold's office.
What the hell do
He's in
you
conference
want?
just now. This is his secretary. May I help you? The Acme Printing Company. Oh, yes.
Acme?
Yes. No, that order was for 20,000. May we expect it next Tuesday? Oh, that'll be fine, Mr. Dahlmeyer.
I'm
Yes,
sorry.
goodbye.
I'm distracted by Acme Company.
Yeah. Also, I'm trying to figure out, did she do something wrong? That sounded perfectly fine. She was assertive when she needed to be. She was straight to the point, and she did. She
was
did fine.
professional.
She was totally professional. So I think she did great.
Yeah.
At least she has stuff on the walls.
I also want this to be like one of their clients is Wile E. Coyote. I want that
Me
to
too.
be. I want that to be the case.
Yes.
Good morning. My
Hi.
name's Herbert Forbes. I have an appointment with Mr. Arnold.
Oh, yes, Mr. Forbes. Mr. Arnold will be with you in a moment. He asked that you fill out this application blank. You may sit at the table over there.
Application blank? Is that what they were called back then?
I would assume the application's blank. If I'm supposed to fill it out. That's sad. All right, cool. Oh, they even have a table. That's nice.
Good morning, Mr. Arnold's office. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Fulton. He's in conference just now. May I have him call you back? Yes. Oh, yes. Well, that's the story. As I look back on it now, it's surprising how often the things Miss
Just
Purcell
personal.
talked about in class apply here in the office. You did very well on your test, Miss Collins, but I suppose that's only to be expected of one of Miss Purcell's students.
Okay, how long has this
Are
been?
you still sucking up to your old teacher?
Okay, first of all, I can only remember a handful of my teachers' names. I remember the really good ones. Okay.
I remember the really good ones and the really bad ones.
Yep. Yep. Oh yeah, the bad ones.
Does she still make that little speech on office etiquette?
Oh, yes. I know it by heart. First, of course, know
Okay,
your
I
work.
don't need
Enjoy it. But also
just shut
enjoy
up.
the
Take the
people.
file.
Okay. No, I know. I understand. Okay, I gave you a lot of context clues. You don't actually have to repeat it to me. Just
You're
saying.
working with. Be considerate of them, and be considerate of your employer.
Those rules have certainly helped me. I shall always be grateful for them. We'll see you in the morning then?
Yes, I'll be here early.
Fine.
That's fine. We don't open our doors until 8, so you can be as early as you want.
You can get here as early as you want, but the maintenance guy who opens up the building doesn't show up till 8.
Yeah. Hey, could you maybe help train this person so they know what they're doing within like a month?
I love the dramatic music for her secretary job.
I know. I just don't like. I'm just realizing that how toxic it was.
There. Did you learn anything about office etiquette?
No.
Oh.
Well, I did realize that toxic standards of work haven't changed that horribly much.
Okay.
Which is really not a good thing. Oh, no one got sexually harassed.
True.
Should I congratulate them on that?
I guess?
Gold star.
Yay.
Alright. Alright, this is an entirely different vibe that we got going on. Girls beware. Oh dear.
Oh, I forgot about this one.
As a woman, I am concerned.
Nice beat though.
Yeah.
Shay brings up an excellent point. What about the bowling league?
What about the bowling ring?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I generally don't talk.
That
If
was a
I'm
plot
not
point that
working-
went nowhere, and I'm disappointed.
That is true. You know, my policy, generally speaking, is if I am not on company time, I am not doing anything company related.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, right? There's a few exceptions to that, but like the last thing I want to do on an evening is to go out to dinner and complain. Instead of, I don't know, getting some, like, you know, making some delicious food and playing a video game and just not thinking about work.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of my policy on that, but what do I know? I'm just a woman.
Yeah, you need to beware.
Apparently. All right. Oh God. Okay. Police department and school district.
Catchy beat though.
Yeah, it's making me more nervous. Norma Newford.
Yeah.
All right, turn down the music.
I'm Norma Neufner, policewoman, attached to the juvenile division.
Okay.
I'm on a call from a very worried mother whose daughter is missing. Her daughter's
Yeah?
name is Judy Miller.
Okay. Can we turn down the jazz?
Yeah, holy shit, this is loud. What is this wall? What is this? I thought those were bricks. How are you?
I believe
ever
that's
gonna-
an old ass bulletin board.
How the hell are you gonna find anything on? Just get a filing cabinet at this point, okay? You have way too many things.
$85 for rent of a house.
1 bedroom, furnished, furnished, Josh.
Oh my god!
Fuck you. I paid 50. I'm so offended. I'm so offended by that.
A house for rent that's furnished for $85 a month.
I am upset. How much adjusted for inflation? Hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah.
What is $85?
Hold on. Let me look up the short, and I'll tell you when this was made. Internet Archive. Because that's where I find all these things. $61.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let me Google that. $85 in 1961 is worth $897 today. That is still embarrassing. Okay. So like $900 for a 1-bedroom furnished house.
That's still pretty good.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm offended.
It'd be a little much for if it was unfurnished, but furnished, you got a sweet deal.
Well, actually, I'm not even worried about the furnished portion. I'm more worried about the square footage. Also, is the house 1 bedroom, or is it 1 bedroom in the house?
Okay, that's fair.
So I have follow-up questions. All right, $900.
So you're wondering if it might be like a duplex or something?
Yeah. So if it's $900 for a house, that just one house with 1 bedroom, which they do have those, right?
Yeah.
That is furnished. That's not bad. That's really good. Okay. Because you're assuming it's not a studio, so you have a bedroom, a living room, a kitchen, dining room. You can take it or leave it for the most part, especially if it's a 1 bedroom. Generally, especially nowadays, you're probably going to eat on your couch anyway. A lot of the time. So
yeah.
So having the dining room is fine, just like, but like, what's the square footage? Is it technically a townhouse? Is it a duplex? Is it is there a garage? Is it street parking? Where is it located? If it's in the city and there's street parking, then I got to fight for a parking spot, right? But if it's more in suburbia and I got, I have lots of follow-up questions. But $900 for a 1 bedroom furnished, it's not bad.
No.
So, all right.
Judy enjoyed babysitting, but there weren't enough jobs among the people she knew, so she decided to advertise at the supermarket for extra work. Late the following afternoon, the phone rang, and Judy was offered a job for that evening. The man told her...
I don't know what age she's supposed to be. She looks like she could be like 15 or 16, or she's in like her late 20s. Like, I have no idea what age she's supposed to be. The dress is throwing me off.
The dress is definitely making her look older for some reason.
Oh, I thought it made her kind of look younger. Like, it definitely looked more like school uniform-y to me, with the white long sleeve underneath. But the shirt goes all the way up. It's not like a collar.
Yeah.
I don't know. The dress is weird. Okay, I'm glad we can agree on that at least.
He and his wife were going out to dinner, and that the regular sitter could...
It's not flattering on her either.
Absolutely not.
It's atrocious.
It's flattening everything you don't want to flatten.
Yeah.
because if you have just like a straight dress like that, it needs to be fitted in certain areas, right? Or else it doesn't work. It doesn't work out. It just doesn't work. It's not flattering.
Couldn't make it. Could he pick her up in 15 minutes?
You just trust in some random person that called you for babysitting. They're gonna take you to their house. That is crazy. That is a crazy mindset.
Judy's mother hadn't
There's a
returned when it was
reason
time
why
to go, so
you
she
go to like a babysitter like center now.
I mean, I knew one of like the main babysitter I remember us having was my best friend's at the time's older sister. We, my family knew them very well because I was best friends with their younger, daughter. So, that was like our main babysitter. And then like another one that kind of watched over us when we got on the school bus, right? Especially when my mom went back to work for a little bit, they were literally like down the street from us, and we were very familiar with them. So just the idea of like just putting my phone number on like some bulletin board, and some random dude calls me up and is like, "Hey, I'm gonna come pick you up, and you're gonna come over to my house and babysit." That is bizarre to me.
Yeah, I mean, again, there's a reason why there are babysitting agencies now, so that things can be vetted.
Yeah, like if you know
But
someone,
then,
that's good. But yeah, the
but
agencies.
but then also, like you said, I mean, when I was little, our babysitter was someone my parents knew from church.
It's always somebody. Yeah.
Yeah, and looking back, she was only like 15 or so. I think she was like 15, 16, around there. And she watched us when my sister and I were little.
Yeah,
kind of, but my parents knew her. They knew the family.
Yeah,
They knew us. So
yeah.
it's like, hey, can you babysit? We'll pay you, whatever they paid her, and
Hey, person, do you want to make some easy money? Basically,
yeah,
right?
she didn't. Yeah, as far as I know, she didn't post her family's number on some strange bulletin board and like, hey, I'll come pick me up and I will watch your kids for you.
Yeah. Do you know
Total
what you
stranger.
You know what you should do? You should, if you're like involved in your church, you go to the church. There is always going to be kids at the church. Okay.
Always.
And you talk to like your pastor or something, and you kind of have, because sometimes like they'll have announcements at church. And you can have them like advertise the announcement. It's like, oh, well, please see this person, and you kind of have them stand up and wave. See this person after if you're looking for a babysitter, and there you go. That way you have
if you I don't know, have friends, you can simply ask, hey, is Cindy willing to babysit? We're looking for someone.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, that's another one, is you let your friends know, right? If you work somewhere else, right, you can talk to your colleagues about it. And if you have a younger sibling yourself, you can talk to their school. Pretty easy. People love easy, trustworthy people for for babysitting. It's one less thing they have to worry about. Somebody that's like very consistently good.
That's why when you have a reputation as a good babysitter, you get a lot of work because people keep calling you.
Yeah, and also it's like if you advertise it in a place where the people that will announce your advertisement or that will let other people know is like a trustworthy authority figure, then that backs you up as like being someone that's reputable.
Right.
And you will get significantly more work than just posting it on a bulletin board.
Shay, does the car have Golden Eagle tires? This is a very important question.
That is actually, it should be the only question. And yes,
Yeah.
Rabab, it's insane how many messages there were. The fact that she got any work. BTK worked at church. Okay, there's always exceptions.
Yeah.
All right, there's always exceptions. All right, just because there's one insane person.
Yeah. I mean, and the fact is, predators go where the prey is. That's why you need to vet.
Yes. And also, that's why you don't put it on a bulletin board and you put it somewhere where there's other people that are going to know that you're asking, and then we'll see, you want to do it in like a busy place, right? Or you want to do it somewhere where you're not just putting it up there and nobody will know that you took the job, right? So they'll never know where you went. They'll never, this is, just safety.
Left a message by the telephone. When her mother came home, she found Judy's note and called the number to let Judy know she was home in case she wanted anything.
I'm sure this went well.
A woman answered, but she didn't know anything about Judy and told Mrs. Miller she must have the wrong number.
Lady, someone has your number.
By midnight, Mrs. Miller was really worried. She phoned the police and was transferred to juvenile. I took the necessary information and assured her we'd do everything we could. She'd have to try to be patient and wait. The waiting lasted almost a week.
What? So she's gone.
Yeah.
A week?
Yeah.
Good luck.
That does not end well. But now I want this to be read by the Ewu guy.
The Ewu guy? Yeah, thank you.
Man, that guy's voice makes everything sound better, even when it's horrifying.
It does.
Then the report came in. Judy's body had been found on a lonely desert.
Beware!
I wish you could see my face when she said Judy's body. Just... Wow!
Who could have predicted this outcome?
Road. The most difficult part of my job is bringing bad news to parents.
At least you brought it in your purse.
You can never find the right words to tell a mother her daughter has been murdered. Judy hadn't done anything wrong. She'd only been...
No. We've gone over for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Wrong. Okay.
Yeah. And it's one of those, it's a situation where kind of like you leave your keys in the car and the car unlocked. Are you responsible that someone steals the car? No, they still did something wrong. But you took steps that made it very easy.
Yeah.
Mistakes were made.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, she's dead. Holy shit! I just really didn't think it was going in that direction.
Careless about whom she'd trusted. In itself, there'd been nothing wrong about advertising for a job, but it led her to trusting a person she knew nothing about.
Yeah.
A mentally sick person who used her innocent ad as an introduction to his act of violence.
Just a mentally sick person. Okay.
I mean, that's very vague.
But also, like, granted, I've never had to deliver horrible news like this, but why wouldn't you lead off with that news? Just get it over with. I mean, I can see like, hi, we have information. You might want to sit down.
Yeah.
But it looks like they were just having a full-on conversation before she told her.
Oh yeah, how are the kids? Everything's good. Oh, everything's great. Yeah, Oh, are you liking your job? Yeah, my job's great. Well, kind of. It's kind of great. Oh, by the way, speaking of my job not being great, I got some bad news.
At least the killer used Golden Eagle tires.
Yeah, to run over Judy's body. Yeah, so, yeah.
And sure, it did get a flat when he ran her over.
It did, but because he was driving with double Eagle tires, he could very safely drive into the next place.
Yeah. And don't you worry, DNA evidence won't come around for another 35 years.
Oh, and they definitely didn't collect it properly, so you'll never know.
I mean, you say that, but they're starting to break cold cases from a long time ago now.
No, that was part of the joke.
Like it is insane.
Which is great. I absolutely love that we're actually utilizing our resources to close cases that otherwise would never be closed.
Right.
I'm just saying,
even though it is like a okay, you gave a guy who's 85 a life sentence. Yeah, he deserves it, but he still got away with it.
I mean, he lived till 85.
Yeah.
Comfortably. So I don't know what to tell you.
Like I said, he still deserves, the life sentence. But it is he escaped justice a long time.
For the most part, I would say on average he escaped justice. So
yeah.
Being safe is often no more than applying good judgment in everyday life.
Yeah?
One night while Barbara was babysitting, the doorbell rang. She didn't open the door, but called and asked who it was. A stranger said his car had broken.
Peephole. Peephole.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a peephole? If you don't, oh my God, get one. Okay. It is. If someone is knocking at my door and I'm not expecting food delivery, okay, and I'm not expecting a package, all right, and like my parents haven't called me or friends or nobody, there is nobody supposed to be outside my door right now.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, looking through the people. Secondly, I'm not letting them know I'm here.
Yeah.
I don't care that there's like that you could look and see that there's cars here, so maybe you don't get to know if I'm here or not.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get to know. So I don't care. Like if I don't know you, if it's that important, you can leave a note.
There's also that you can stick Loki on them.
I could actually.
Yeah.
Loki with a katana. We could do that. Actually, that's generally he's the one that answers the door because it's like really, really hard, right? To like for people to be like intimidating to somebody who's like 6'3" and looks like a Viking biker.
Yeah.
You know?
Shay, she trusted him because of the Golden Eagle tires.
Oh no! And hello, Real Wade Nation Gaming.
Hello.
Hello.
Broken down. Use the phone.
The
People,
Golden Eagle.
no.
The Golden Eagle tires meme actually goes back a year now, doesn't it?
I have no idea, but it's glorious. And I'm not letting this guy in.
Doesn't he look trustworthy?
No.
Was very polite, but she told him she was babysitting and expecting a call from her parents. However, she was sure the next door neighbors were home and perhaps he could use their phone. The stranger thanked her and left. Now, Barbara had been polite and helpful, but she hadn't taken any chances. And when her father called,
she gave way more than I would have. I wouldn't have spoken to them. Okay. First of all, if they're frantic like that, you go ahead and call the police. Because, like, best case scenario is they're just having, like, a mental break, or they didn't take their meds, or they're on new meds, and it's not mixing well, you know? That's, like, best case scenario. It might be dementia. It might be something, like, you just don't know, right? That's, like, kind of your best case scenario as far as, like, bad case scenarios. Another thing is they could actually need help, in which calling the police is just, like, yeah, they're the ones that are going to be able to help you. Way more than I, because they have that authority to do a lot more than I do. You know, and then you have but the worst case scenario is they are not there for any good intents and purposes. Calling the police is good. So if they persist, if they hang around, if they, you know,
and if it's completely on the up and up, the cops can get him in touch with the tow company.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like, I generally speaking, I would have just called like, I would even offer to be like, hey, I can't let you in. This is not my house. But I'll go ahead and call the police for you. If they freak out,
yeah, still call the police.
All of a sudden, their car starts working and they drive away. You dodge a massive bullet.
Yeah.
So.
Safe.
Down in front!
No.
Friday night was movie time for Sally and Elizabeth.
Cool.
Their parents alternated weeks taking them and picking.
Get your nasty ass high school boy breath off my neck before I elbow your nose into your face, okay? I am trying to watch a movie. I don't know what you think you're doing. We are like 45 minutes into this thing. You have no idea what's going on. Go away. Do you know how much tickets cost?
Actually, I don't. It's been a while since I last went to the movies.
I think the last time I went to the movies was Dune 2.
Did John Wayne Gacy do the same thing?
Oh my god.
Picking them up. Friendships are easily made in a crowded theater, and when two older boys struck up a conversation and moved next to them, they were secretly pleased.
Go away. Go away. My friend was sitting there. What are you doing? He paid for his ticket. Could you... What the hell? No. No, I hate this. This makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't like this at all. Oh, and they've surrounded you? Oh, this is so bad. No. 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 No.
Yeah.
No.
There is very much.
No.
There is very much a reason why whenever I was out with like a group of friends, and some of the girls wanted to go check somewhere, go somewhere, away from the rest of the group.
Mm-hmm.
It was like it's an unwritten guy rule. One of you goes with them, no matter what.
Yeah.
Do not leave the girls alone.
Generally
because
speaking,
there's creeps. Yes,
generally speaking, more than one, especially if you're just going to the bathroom, that's fine, right?
Yeah.
But like if guys are willing to that's perfectly fine. Just be like, oh yeah, I was wanting to I haven't checked that place out yet, or oh, do you wanted to go over there? Oh well, I might, oh, you're gonna go look for new shoes? Oh, well, I've been thinking about getting like new shoes. You can just lie.
Yeah.
So it's not that big a deal. But yeah.
Yeah. I remember this one time I was in New York with some friends, and me and this other girl were meeting up with some of them at the theater to go see a Broadway show.
Okay.
So it was only a few blocks away from our hotel, so we're walking down New York, down New York Street, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And this guy just starts hitting on her. My friend, without uttering a word, she puts her arm around my arm, and I'm now her boyfriend, right?
Oh yeah, no, that's standard protocol.
Yeah. And I escorted her the rest of the way to the theater. It was just, no, dude, back off.
Yeah. So at least they did back off. So that's good at least.
True. I mean, there was a whole group of people around us, and he was just saying some lewd things to her. So like he didn't actually try anything.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. But no, it's like this is what you do. Protect yourself.
Correct.
What these girls are doing is a terrible idea.
This is really stupid. I literally was like, the second I saw what they were doing and how they like moved down, I was just like, they're surrounding them. They're surrounding them. They're still surrounding them. Like, it is making me very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're trapping them.
Mm-hmm.
In the company of older boys, and when they asked if they could take the girls home, she was all for it.
No.
She asked Elizabeth
How
to call her folks
dumb
and
are
tell them
you?
that they could ride with a friend's parents. Elizabeth was tempted, but decided it wouldn't be right. And Sally was disappointed.
Okay, I'll be your victim.
When the show was over and they were leaving, the boys suggested that if Elizabeth couldn't go with them, why didn't Sally come? Sally thought it was a great idea and asked Elizabeth to tell her folks that her parents had picked her up. Elizabeth didn't like the idea, but Sally insisted.
No, that is a horrible idea.
So Elizabeth left alone. Not any of the boys she went with had a car, so it was fun riding with the older fellows.
This is not this.
But
this
when
is
they
really
drove
bad.
right past
I
her
don't
house,
like
she
this.
became concerned.
You're just now concerned?
When they arrived at Lookout Peak, she was frightened. She tried to convince herself there was nothing to worry about, but when they parked off the road, she knew she had gotten herself into something she couldn't handle. At midnight, her parents became alarmed and called the Nelsons. Yes, Elizabeth was home. Hadn't they picked up Sally? No, over an hour ago. Oh, of course she could talk.
Elizabeth, why did you not tell your parents immediately?
Yeah. Yeah.
Bad friend.
No bueno.
First of all, bad friend for letting her go do that. Okay.
Seriously. It's like no. I'm saying that. I mean, it's bad enough that she let her go with them without like insisting this is a bad idea. But then it's
like,
also
no, we definitely have that project or whatever, you know.
Yes, Shay, Elizabeth is a horrible wingman.
Horrible friend.
Yeah. But then also, what a terrible idea to tell her parents that we're actually picking her up and she's staying the night. Why did you agree to do that?
I don't know. Like, Elizabeth's just a really, really, really bad friend in this case.
Yeah.
I'm upset about it.
To Elizabeth. Between guilty tears, Elizabeth told what had happened. Sally had been found, dazedly walking down the road from Lookout Peak.
Well,
At least she's alive.
yeah, but I can take a guess at what happened.
Yeah.
It was a night they'll long remember. In fact, Sally may never be able to forget it.
Probably not.
Generally how it
Often
goes.
seemingly innocent
Ooh,
places
malt.
can
Wow, so we just really just ignored what happened to Sally. Okay, we're just like moving on. Okay.
At least they got fries. And that's all I care about right now.
It's 25 cents, damn.
turn out to be
Damn.
just where wrong associations are made. Mary met Robert at just such a place. Robert
we're just
frequented the
moving
malt
on,
shop
all
in
right.
his spare time, which was considerable, as he finished high school and didn't work. Here he sought out the company of younger teenagers because he wasn't accepted by those of
25
his own age
cents for a
group.
taquito?
Mary and her girlfriend could always be found
God,
at the
I'm
malt
hungry.
shop after school.
Huzzah!
Mary had
Oh my
seen
God.
Robert before
Tacos for
and thought he was
25
very good
cents. I
looking.
would just give them like $10. Bring them to me.
$10 and keep it coming. Oh, God, I'm hungry now.
Me too.
They flattered when he singled her out and struck up a friendly conversation. He was fun to talk to, and they discussed everything from cars to movie stars.
Oh.
When he offered her a ride home, she was only too happy to accept.
Man, people were more trusting back then.
Yeah.
This is what we call survival of the fittest.
Yep.
Oh my God. That pickup truck looks like it could
They
still
drove
be on the
around for a
road
while and
today.
talked.
Oh, yeah. It's one of those pickup trucks that it will never break.
Yeah, like that motor is still going.
Yes.
Mary was a good listener, and Bob enjoyed nothing more than talking about himself. Mary knew her mother would be upset if she came home with an older boy, so Bob dropped her at the corner. After that, they saw a good deal of each other. At first, Bob was willing to see her at the malt shop, but as time went on, he became jealous of her friends and insisted on their spending more time alone.
Red flag.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's a classic sign of a bad thing.
Yep.
That is abusive behavior, cutting off people from their friends.
They began to go to secluded places, and their relationship became more intimate.
Uh-huh.
Mary knew things were getting out of hand because Bob became more and more demanding, but not.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wishing to lose his friendship or the prestige she enjoyed from her friends for having an older boyfriend.
Let me tell you something right now. Your friends do
Wow.
not care that much.
Yeah.
Your friends do not care that much at all.
Your friends probably care more that you're not spending time with them as much and are seeing the red flags.
Yep.
Because becoming possessive, demanding that someone spend more and more time with them, cutting them off from their inner circles, those are all classic signs of abuse and narcissism.
Yes.
I mean, I know we watch a lot of the same true crime channels.
We do.
How many times have we seen stuff like this?
Yep.
If only this was being narrated by the Ewu guy.
Telling you. This is going to end badly.
She complied with his desire. Then Mary found she was in trouble and had to tell her parents. But now it was too late for advice, and Mary had to be taken out of school and placed under the guidance of juvenile authorities.
What? What? I am very confused. Okay, so she was hanging out with this guy. She stopped hanging out with her friends. He started to show like obsessive and possessive signs, which is like it's inevitable. Like it's going to lead inevitably to an abusive relationship.
Yeah.
If it's not already starting to be abusive. So
Yeah.
she gets punished and put into like juvenile detention?
Well, and I mean, this was 1961, so they probably couldn't use certain words, but I'm guessing the trouble she got in is that she's pregnant.
So that was my assumption.
Yeah.
But none of this makes sense.
Like, why did she have to be taken out of school?
That actually might have happened back then. Where they would take you out of school. Like you were a delinquent for getting pregnant before marriage, like that.
Possibly.
This might be like a real thing, but like I need more information.
Unfortunately, Mary's story is not an unusual one. Too many young girls are flattered by the attention of older boys and don't realize until too late
look at
that
this
these
guy.
boys, who cannot compete in their own age group, are often not well adjusted and will demand too much in a relationship.
Here's an interesting thing that we might think about. What about we stop older guys from grooming underage girls?
That just sounds like crazy talk.
Like, that is a good idea. Punishing the girl,
Mm-hmm.
who most likely had no sex ed, okay, and it appears now, was groomed, and then
Certainly seems that way.
was in an abusive relationship. That seems counterproductive.
Yeah.
So,
At least she's getting scolded by a guy wearing a bow tie.
true.
He is snazzy. You got to give him that.
That is true.
With a younger girl. You see, it's often the things that are done without thinking that get young people into trouble.
That's like exclusively what happens. Because, like, young people have a tendency to be filled with
Stupid.
hormones, okay? And their brains aren't developed yet, so they're pretty dumb, okay?
Yeah.
Generally speaking.
And they don't have experience.
Generally speaking, teenagers are inexperienced, hormonal dumbasses, okay?
Yes.
And as a former one, I can tell you right now, I was a dumbass.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
I
yeah.
look back at my if I look back at 16, I'm like, wow, you were cringe as shit. What the hell is wrong with you? And dumb.
Oh God, yeah. I mean,
I was so dramatic.
and ideally,
Oh my God.
this is how it should be. You should be able to look back at your younger self and think, I was an idiot.
Yeah, if you don't, then
because you mature as you
Yeah.
age.
you do. Well, you should.
Yeah, ideally you should. If I could go back in time to when I was 20, I would love to slap myself, like, because I was of how stupid I was.
I will say that I greatly matured in college, and then I have greatly matured even further with this job that I have.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like accelerated in that. But like looking back on my teenage years, I'm like, thank God I'm not that person.
Yeah.
Thank God. I've dealt with issues, and I have like solve. Some of them have basically gotten around like having outlets and stuff for other things. It's just like and I'm not as nearly as impulsive as I was. Which is just dumb teenage brain. Just
Yeah. I heard one person once describe it as talking about it as from a parent's perspective. Like a 2-year-old, they're stupid, but you can control them because they rely on you for everything. Teenagers are also stupid, but they have autonomy, and that's where trouble comes in.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Nah, that just made me think.
Trying to move too quickly into a world of grown-ups with a young person's fate often cause heartache and disaster.
Nice cuticles. Oh.
Wow, that was different.
That was not as fun as I thought it was going to be.
That was depressing as hell, man.
Yay! You're welcome.
Yeah.
At least we've learned that for the most part, people have gotten better at protecting themselves.
True. There's that at least.
Yeah. Oh, I think I remember what I put as the last short now.
Oh, I'm excited. Let's do it.
All right, Alabama.
Alabama.
In collaboration with the University of Chicago.
Woo!
All right.
Well, sir, out in the woods one day, a hare was bragging about how fast he could run. Fastest runner in the woods I am, let me tell you. Once I was out just practicing around, ducking through the trees and hopping over logs, when a fox started to chase me. Oh, did I show him up?
Hey!
And then
I
the
didn't
dog
give you
almost ran over
permission
me.
to use my image.
Oh my goodness.
Snorty! Just in time for animals.
Very exciting stuff.
So how difficult
him.
was it for them to film the tortoise and the hare story with live animals?
No idea, man. I genuinely have no idea.
Behind. You know, I can outrun any animal. I dare anyone to race with me. The goose thought I wouldn't care to.
That's a duck.
Neither would I, thought Skunky.
First of all, the goose would have the goose would have been way sassier. Okay.
Geese are mean.
The goose would have cut the tendons and the legs before the race started. Okay, that's what the goose would have done.
Yeah. Geese are mean and vicious animals.
Yeah, if you've never had, like, 'cause when I was very young, yeah, I got attacked by geese. Okay, like, those things don't care. They don't care what your day's going. They don't care who you are. They don't care anything. If they decide they're going to attack you, they will. wholeheartedly.
Yes.
And they were not nice.
Way back when I was in college, they had a giant pond like right in the middle of the campus. So geese were, that would be migrating, would park in in the lake in the middle of campus. And if the geese were there and you're walking past it, oh, they would just come after you. It's like, I'm not disturbing you. I'm trying to get to the commissary. They didn't care.
No. They don't care. They absolutely do not care.
Okay, there's not much to the tortoise and the hare story. How is there 10 minutes?
I don't know. I was wondering the exact same thing.
The fox had nothing to say.
Hey!
Yes, the hare's the champ, said the rooster. Well, sir, up spoke an old tortoise. You make me tired, Mr. Hare. I'm not afraid. I'll race you, and I'll win. Why, said the hare, you awkward old box on flippers, I've a mind to snip your nose. Why, sure, I'll race you. The hare went over to the owl. Listen, Mr. Owl.
Why?
That silly tortoise wants to run a race with me.
Rabbit wants to
Won't
the
that
owl.
be an easy one to win?
Right?
Well, maybe, said the owl. Maybe, cried the hare. Why, that tortoise is so slow he barely crawls. I could eat half the day and start when he's nearly
The owl
finished
just does not give
and
a
stop
shit.
to take a nap.
The owl would never give a shit, no. Absolutely would not care.
And man, this narrator certainly makes it come alive, doesn't he?
Definitely. He's definitely not like he has like an AI voice for the 60s.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a really good point. It's his voice sounds like it's AI in just how unemotional and unattached it is. But this was done in like I believe if I remember correctly, this was 1940 something.
Okay.
Really makes the story come
Still,
alive, doesn't
beat
he?
him across the finish line. Oh ho! Look who's here. What can I do for you, Mr. Tortoise? I'll tell you, the tortoise said. That hare over there made me tired with his bragging, and so I dared him to race with me. Now, I'm not so fast, but I'm steady and sure. I may start slow and I may finish slow, but I'll keep going.
The owl's like, what the hell are you doing?
Said the owl, you're a
Can I
funny
eat
one
you?
to run a race,
That is fair.
but may the best man win. The
They're
owl
not
asked the
men!
fox to lay out a course for the race.
Also, really? We're gonna go against someone that can fly and someone on land? The person that can fly is gonna win.
Oh, no. I think they're asking the owl to be like the timekeeper.
Oh, I thought he was trying to race the owl. I was just like, this is stupid. Why on earth would you do that?
Oh no, the owl would destroy both of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, why are you trying to get the owl to race? Okay, I misunderstood what was happening. Because I thought this was Tortoise and the hare. But then the owl started getting involved, and I'm just like...
I think they went to the owl to preside over the race.
Okay.
Because owls are wise, I guess. Oh, hey, Zachariah.
Hello.
Make it hard, he said.
My acting
First,
debut.
they'll run along this path, thought the
Oh my
fox. Underneath this tree. Mm-hmm.
That's a stump.
And now where? Ah, past this clump of tall grass, and through this hollow log, and over these rocks and past the roots of this fallen tree. That's pretty tough for racing, but the owl said, make it hard. And now where? Ah, I know. I know the very place. I'll have them go across this brook under the waterfall, Oh, this will be good.
Fox doesn't look
If the hare
nervous at
slips,
all
he'll
about this
fall
little
in.
crook, this creek at all.
Yeah.
Like, what am I supposed to be doing? Just give me my treat. Where's my treat?
I want a treat, damn it. Treat.
I mean, that's what I was thinking, because this is clearly me.
Obviously. I was under the assumption this was you. Is this not?
No, this is me. This is before I got the cybernetic implants.
Okay, alright.
Yeah. And the Fez.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
And get us. And the tortoise is bound to get a bath. And next we need a good place for their last run down to the finish. Very good. Very good.
And
yes.
It's licking its
will
lips
do
because it just
nicely.
ate its treat.
Yeah.
Now, down between these big trees, and we'll end the race. Let's see. Oh, right here at the root of this fallen tree. That's it.
Right there.
Right.
All this time, the hare was getting ready for the race, cleaning up his paws, trimming his nails, sleeking back his whiskers. And the tortoise, too, was getting ready. But he was putting down a solid meal.
Was he getting ready for the race?
Is he aware that they're racing? Just wanted to make sure, you know.
Yeah. Because it seems like the tortoise is just an eating armored waddling box.
Yeah.
Snorty, it would have been better if they were racing you. That would have been an improvement.
I would have watched that.
Yeah.
I would have watched that 100%.
Full after mouthful of his favorite grass. The hare gave great care to getting his big hind legs ready, sure that he would win the race. And
Aren't
finally,
you supposed to be
everything's ready.
implementing
the fox
how
will start them off. The tortoise digs his feet into the ground.
I don't know.
Shouldn't you be the whole point of the story is arrogance and perseverance, right? That's the whole moral of the story. Shouldn't you be, instead of having us follow the fox around to, lay out the trail, shouldn't you be having the hare doing some arrogant things, maybe?
Yeah, I kind of thought that was the point.
Because, I mean, that's what the tale is supposed to do. Because, yeah, the hare should easily win, but he's too arrogant and loses. That's the moral of the story. Oh, spoiler.
Oh, what are you spoiling?
On your marks. Get set. Go, barks the fox. And they're off. Off goes the tortoise. Yes, he's off.
Barks the fox. Yeah,
to
the fox
tell
wasn't
the truth,
scared
he
at
isn't
all there.
exactly speeding along just yet. The hare sits still a moment, then he's off.
Yep.
Away past the rock and the grass, zipping through the forest. The tortoise is left far behind already, but his legs are working better. This may look silly to everyone else, he thinks, but I just couldn't stand the way that hare bragged. Look at that white-tail flash. What a one-sided race. Now, here comes a real test, going through the hollow log. Oh, how easy this is. Already he's halfway. The fox is waiting to be sure the runners stay on the course. And here comes Mr. Hare far in the lead. Looks like the race is no race at all. But wait a minute. The tortoise is really going now. Straight and true down the course. Ah, but the hare is fast, slithering along over the brook and away. and the poor plodding tortoise is only now coming to the hollow log, up and inside, and on to the other end. Now, if he could only hop away. Uh-oh. Well, it's all in the game. But I'm going to beat that high-kicking hare, he thought, if it's the last thing I do. And so the tortoise went steadily along.
I don't think I've ever seen a version of the story where the tortoise thinks he's going to win.
Left,
Yeah.
right. And the fox heard him coming. Well, thought the fox, the hare is far ahead. But I'll say one thing, that tortoise isn't going to give up. He's still in the race.
Yeah?
Yeah?
But that's not what the hare thought. By this time, he felt very safely in the lead. He couldn't imagine that the tortoise would keep on plodding along so steadily. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. And so the foolish hare fell fast asleep. I'm going to catch that hare, thought the tortoise, if it takes all day. But the fox could have picked out an easier course. I'm not built for hopping over rocks and roots.
Owl. He's the one that told the
well,
fox
let's
to
see
make it
what's
a tough
this ahead
course.
of me.
Right?
I was just
I'll get
doing my
along
job.
somehow.
Right?
Now, wait a minute. Oh
no.
That's not helping my nose. A good thing I've got a hard shell.
Again, he's really making the story come to
And
life.
still the foolish hare slept on and dreamed of winning. And still the tortoise followed. And now he comes right up to the stream under the waterfall. He comes right up to the stream and down the bank and onward
drowns
into the water.
because tortoises can't swim. They're not turtles.
Correct.
Ah, very cooling and pleasant. Good for my aching feet, thought the tortoise.
He thought as he died.
I mean, I guess it's pretty shallow.
Fair.
But I mustn't stop. I must go on. Right, left, right.
Oh my God, he's trying to show emotion.
By this time, the silly hare was sound asleep indeed. And that is why he did not hear the shell of the tortoise scraping past nearby. For his long ears were folded back as he dreamed of nibbling a crispy carrot after winning the race. And now at last, the tortoise can see through the limbs of a fallen tree, all the animals waiting for the finish. Judge Owl perched above them, the fox watching sleepily, tired of waiting. There's something, whispered the goose, something funny about this race. Judge Owl, with eyes wide open, sees something coming toward him down the course. It cannot be the hare. He is still enjoying his nap.
Yep.
It's the tortoise, the clumsy fellow they said didn't have a chance. But here he is, he's nearing the line. Will he win after all? Now the raccoon is a friend of the sleeping hare. He must go, find him at once. Find out what is the matter. Down out of his tree hurries the raccoon. Down to the ground, he finds the sleeping hare. Wake up, sleepyhead, wake up. You're going to lose if you don't hurry. Oh, what speed! Swiftly down toward the finish line. But you're too late, my friend. The tortoise is already across. The tortoise wins the race. Well, said the goose. Well, my high-stepping friend, perhaps you can explain. Oh, alas, the hare sighed. If only I hadn't stopped to take a nap. Said the owl, we can learn something from this. A tortoise beating a swift-running hare.
Okay.
It's plain to me that the race is not always to the swift. And perhaps our friend the hare has learned this lesson. Slow and...
Oh.
That's amazing. It cut off at the end. That's amazing. That's so funny.
Wow. Yeah, that is that is not the point of the tortoise and the hare story.
No? I. And then the fox ate the hare.
That's what I say. Remember the meme? What the
No.
fuck? No.
We have memes.
That is not the point of the story. It's supposed to show that the hare is arrogant and learns a lesson. And it's also about perseverance.
Yeah. And it's also about don't get cocky.
Yeah. Yeah, the hare is humbled. That's the whole all these elements are related to the story. I've never seen a version where the tortoise believes he's going to win the race. He usually takes it because he's just illustrating a point.
Yeah.
It's like
that was bizarre.
Yeah. It just to be just from the beginning, like, I'm gonna win. Like, I don't think I've ever seen that version of the story done because it makes no sense.
No, it doesn't. Not for the the moral of the story that they're trying to make. That was weird.
Yeah. Hey, guys, no. Snorty wouldn't eat the fox because I'm the fox. Right, Snorty?
Oh my god. That would be awful.
I might need to keep my distance from Snorty.
No. Snorty, you behave yourself, okay? Can't nom on Josh.
Shay, yeah, I don't know why we don't get Encyclopedia Britannica films anymore. We should.
They're like insane in their variety.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. Okay, that's good. That's good, Snorty.
Okay. Well, at least we have confirmation.
Yeah.
It's not because he doesn't want to, it's because you don't taste good.
Right. I respect that.
That is fine.
Yeah.
That's an acceptable answer.
I think so, yeah.
All right. Well, that's all the shorts we have this week.
Yeah.
And it's good to be back.
It is. It's been too long.
It has. I needed to know about the insanity in the world of shorts. Public domain shorts. I've been missing that in my life.
Yeah. Do you want me to try to find more depressing PSAs?
I would prefer, you know what? You and I both work corporate jobs. So I would like some office ones.
Oh, there's more. I got more.
Yeah, I think we should do like a pure office one for next week, just because those are super fun. And it is really, really like kind of shocking that there are culture practices that we haven't evolved from that are just as problematic now as they were back as far as corporate culture goes. That you will be here and you will enjoy it and you will like it and you will work when you're off the clock all the time and we're not going to teach you anything and you're going to,
Mm-hmm.
And
we're a small organization, and then there's like rows upon rows of people.
people. It's like, if you're talking about in the grand scheme of business,
Yeah.
50 people is small. But when I think of a small business, I think of like a mom and pop, like milk steak, like a burger joint, you know?
It's one of those, I believe, from a legal standpoint, I believe it's 100 and below is considered a small business.
Okay, from a legal standpoint, that's fine. But like when anybody says small business, they're not talking about you having 100 employees.
No.
Nobody talks about that.
When I hear a small business, I'm thinking 20 people for the entire building.
Yeah. And that's just for a corporate job.
And that's including the maintenance and the support staff.
Yeah, so that's including janitors, that's including maintenance people, and that's like full-time HP. That's not, hey, I needed to call an electrician. That's not what I'm talking about.
No.
I'm talking about the entire company, all the staff that are getting paid by that company to do work, 20 people max. Right? And there's a variety of different jobs, right? It's not 20 people in one room, okay?
Yeah. No, that's 20 people for the entire business.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you got your boss, you got your front of house, you got your back, your back crew, the behind the scenes crew, you got the support staff, you got the maintenance staff. I'm talking about everything.
Yeah.
Oh, Shay, there's countless versions of the hare and tortoise story. I just found that one, and I was just blown away at the logistics of trying to tell that story with live animals, and just how boring the narrator was. And missing the point of the story.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I will try to. This very live action got redone. Really?
Good.
Okay.
Interesting. Well, as far as I'm aware, I'm free next weekend. So I can do this next week. So yeah, and I think by far the office job one was funniest.
Yes. Okay. I will search for office shorts for next week.
Excellent.
But yeah, we back.
We is a back. Very exciting stuff.
Yes.
All right. Well, guess what, guys? I'm hungry.
Me too.
So we got to end the show. It's required. It's we have
is.
to. We can't not. That's just like part of our contract.
Right.
Which we definitely. Wow. I fucking didn't even click it. My mouse, my little trackpad, fucking had a mind of its own. Okay. I hovered too long, and it was like, no, we must play this intro now. No. God damn it. Okay. So I'm hungry.
We're professionals, damn it.
We're hungry. We're leaving. Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Damn it.